shark snow come back, and I will tell you some unbelievable and shocking news about the seed I am going to use this time. It is a new type of seed that has just been added and is being sold in this fall market event. Although I have not unlocked the items in the shop yet, I can purchase them with Robux to get them in advance. I bought this seed for 999 Robux. Perhaps you do not know that the Bone Blossom is considered the most expensive fruit and holds the highest rank in the game, with a rank of Transcendent. But this time, a brand new fruit called Maple Resin has just been released, and its rank is also Transcendent. Oh wow. I have spent quite a large amount of money to buy it, so this will be the video of turning 20 shekels into a Quadrillionaire with 1 Maple Resin Seed. Of course, I will grow it into the biggest giant fruit possible so that it can reach its highest value. Let's compare together to see whether this new transcendent fruit can be more valuable than the Bone Blossom. I was about to start planting when I discovered this squirrel pet, and when I held it, a very strange bug appeared. Haha. Let's start planting the tree. I will plant it here and place the pancake, which has the ability to attract pets. After that, I will release the frogs with the skill that stimulates the tree to grow extremely fast. I just need to wait a few seconds, and the tree will immediately grow and show me the result. Looking at its appearance, it reminds me of autumn, with the tree's orange-red color perfectly matching the fall market event. Let's see how many kilograms the first fruits of this tree will weigh. The fruits at the lowest and average weight are only about 1 to 2 kilograms. They grow around the trunk of the tree, so it is a bit difficult to harvest them. It is time to sell it and find out the result. 342,000 shekels when it has the moonlit mutation. Oh wow. Even at just 1 kilogram, its value is already huge. 171,000 shekels even without any mutation. Very good, very good. 368k shekels for a 2.7 kilogram fruit. Well. What about a fruit that is a little lighter? 282k shekels, not reduced too much, so good. How much will all the remaining fruits be worth? 716,000 shekels, not bad at all. Keep producing more fruits, hoping that a heavier one will appear. Oh wow, I just spotted a pretty big fruit. That is a maple resin fruit weighing over 10 kilograms. I'm really lucky because all the other fruits stopped at around 1 to 2 kilograms, but this one made the difference. The number of shekels has reached 1 million thanks to the silver variants. I am eager to know the value that this fruit of over 10 kilograms will bring me. 5.4 million shekels is worth even more than the 2 kilogram fruit with silver variants. Very well. All the remaining fruits of around 1 to 2 kilograms brought in 5.5 million shekels, which is just a bit more than the single 10 kilogram fruit. I will release the squirrel to begin the journey of finding the huge form of the maple resin tree, because according to the information I have gathered, the maple resin has a 2% chance of growing into the huge form, which is relatively easy to obtain. I will put all my effort into obtaining the huge form of this tree. At first, I thought it would be simple, but it has taken much more time than I expected. Even so, I am determined to keep going until I finally achieve it. Woohoo! Here it is, the huge form of the maple resin tree. It is even bigger than I imagined. I tried to find a way to climb to the top of the tree, but I ended up falling down. Haha. I need the help of the pterodactyl. It is time to harvest. I really need more shekels right now. Even though the tree has grown into its huge form, of course, without any external influence, the fruits will still remain at an average weight. I have harvested a fruit of about 8 kilograms. Let's see its value. Around 3.3 million shekels. Not bad, not bad. What about all the maple resin fruits in my inventory? 5.2 million shekels. Well worth the effort. Before testing my luck in the game, I'll roll the reward I worked so hard to earn from that achievement. To get it, I had to complete a lot of tasks, even though they were easy. Holy mommy, why am I so unlucky? I wanted the reward next to it. This one feels so meaningless. Spent all that time just to get an uncommon seed. So sad, so sad. I spent a lot on the premium fall egg, one of this season's highlights. It has a 1% chance to hatch into a giant version, guaranteeing a giant pet. At the same time, to avoid bad luck, if you place the required number of eggs from the shop, you are guaranteed to get the pet. Just like this bird, I only need to hatch 5 eggs to get it right away. It has the ability to reduce the player's body size by about 10%. I actually became a bit shorter, haha. Other than that, it does not have much of an effect. Since this egg is special, I only need 30 seconds to hatch it, without relying on the bald eagle team. I only need these brontosaurus so that when the egg hatches, there is a higher chance the pet will be larger in size. The egg is ready to be hatched. It was real easy to get this bird. I think the shop did not even need a guarantee for it. What I really need is the swan. Woohoo! I got the swan in the very first few egg hatches. It has the lowest drop rate, around 1%. So lucky fortune has finally come to me. Let's test and see what the swan skill is. Sometimes it visits other players' pets, befriends them, and performs its ability. At the same time, it can apply the graceful mutation to fruits. Truly wonderful. With the skill of this new pet, the upcoming videos of Shark Snow will surely become even more exciting, so stay tuned. I already have quite a few robin birds. Let's see how much their effects can stack and shrink me down. Right now, I am even smaller than the robin I was holding earlier. Oh my god. This new feature is pretty interesting. Next is the grizzly bear. It can apply the fall mutation to fruits and also increase the player's size. Oh wow, that means from now on, I can freely shrink or grow as I like. I will release the seal into the garden so that when I sell pets, there is a chance to get them back. Oh no, it seems like I did not get any premium fall egg back. Keep hatching eggs one more time. I just got another badger, and I immediately sold it to avoid filling up my inventory. Time to hatch eggs again. It seems I do not have any more slots to hold pets, so I cannot hatch it. Now that I have a few more grizzly bears, I am sure their abilities can stack. Let's test it out and see. I have grown a bit taller than the fence of my house, haha. I can now confirm to you that this is a premium fall egg, so you cannot use coal or seal to get the egg back when hatching or selling it. It can only be opened according to the number of eggs the player buys with Robux. Still, I need to sell some pets so my inventory does not get overcrowded. I boosted toes for my brontosaurs to increase the chance of getting giant eggs. So bad the next 10 eggs had nothing special at all. Let's continue with the next 10 eggs. Woohoo! I finally got an egg that, when hatched, turned out to be a giant egg. The remaining eggs did not hatch into any outstanding pets. Oh no, my inventory is full again. I need to clear it out a bit. This egg is a giant premium fall egg, so it is guaranteed to hatch into the giant form of one of the pets from this egg type. I will still use the Brontosaurus lineup, hoping it will hatch into the coolest and biggest pet possible. It turned out to be the robin in its giant form. Its appearance has grown much larger. Not bad, not bad. The robin skill has also been enhanced. Now it can reduce the player's size by about 20%. I will carefully select the best robins to keep, as they have the most useful stats and skills. The remaining ones will be sold so that my inventory does not get overcrowded. Back to hatching eggs. I hope that with the remaining ones, I will get a good pet. So bad none of the pets made me pause in surprise or feel excited. And here are the last 10 premium fall eggs. Let's see. I have completely run out of luck. None of these eggs turned out good. All of my luck must have been spent on the first 10 eggs. Oh my god. Although I managed to get the swan, which is one of the pets from the egg, I still have not received a 1.5% pet. After opening 50 eggs, it is unbelievable. I will test the skills of these pets starting with the robin, the bird that has the ability to shrink the player's size. After using a boost to power up my pet, this is the smallest size I can reach, only as tall as a gnome. When standing at the seed shop, I am just the height of the counter, looking so tiny and adorable. As for the pet with the opposite skill, the grizzly bear can increase the player's size. After releasing all of them into the garden, I grew as tall as a giant, though not too massive. Haha. Compared to the shop, I am now about the same height as the whole store. I even feel like my jump height has increased a little, making it much easier to climb trees and reach the top. I want to buy a few items at the pet egg shop, specifically the pet name roller. which can change a pet's name. However, I have run out of sheckles to make the purchase. So I will sell this cocoa mango fruit weighing over 1,200 kilograms to get more sheckles. Over 61 billion sheckles are now in my hands. Oh my god. That was the cocoa mango with rainbow variants that I grew in the previous video. And now I can finally buy what I need in this video. So good, so good. The daily quest has been reset. I will quickly complete the tasks to claim this reward. The reward is one normal seed pack. Let's see what I will roll from it. Not bad, a mythical seed from the seed shop. Back to planting. I will use the Tabby cat to make this maple resin fruit grow bigger. You may not know this, but the Tabby cat has a skill that makes fruits grow much larger and very effectively. The only problem is that they tend to wander around and use their skill in the wrong spot, so I often have to rearrange them by picking them up and placing them back down. There is a trick. Place the pancake crate where you want the cats to focus, and it will attract them to that spot. When you feel the cats have settled in the spot you want, you can use the trowel tool to move the tree to the place where the cat's skills are most concentrated. After that, release the frogs to stimulate the tree to bear fruit quickly, and just like that, the pet lineup I usually prepare for planting is complete. Here is the batch of maple resin. I just harvested it, was planted in the previous round. I will sell them all and start growing a maple resin fruit with a larger size. 253 million shekels, very well. That is quite a large amount of money. Because the cats are all around and the maple fruits also grow around the tree, making them quite hard to harvest, I just use the harvesting tool to make it quicker. It seems the cats were not ready to use their skills, and the tree produced fruits, so this harvest the fruits turned out quite small. Woohoo! This time the fruit has clearly grown much bigger. You can see it is a maple resin fruit with considerable value. Let's harvest and check their weight. Under the effect of the Tabby cats, the maple resin has grown significantly larger. The biggest fruit is about 50 kilograms. I wonder how many shekels its price will reach. 129 million shekels, woohoo! At 50 kilograms, that is an incredible bargain. I will look for an even bigger fruit, one that you can tell at first glance will bring great value. That is why I will continue harvesting. Suddenly a bug appeared in my garden. I used the toe to boost the Tabby's skill, but after several harvests the Tabby cats did not apply their skill to the fruits at all. I only ended up with the most basic fruits, weighing around 1 to 2 kilograms. But suddenly, a gigantic maple resin fruit fell from nowhere onto me, knocking me to the ground. It is amazing. Even though I do not really understand the bug, it is great because it produced a fruit of very high value. You can see it is as big as half of my garden. I immediately locked it with my favorite tool to avoid harvesting it by mistake. After that, I harvested the remaining fruits and continued planting them. I do not know why, but at certain times the Tabby cat skill still does not apply, only producing fruits of about 1 to 2 kilograms. Luckily, some fruits still managed to grow well, reaching around 30 kilograms. Another huge fruit appeared. Thankfully this time, I did not get stuck or crushed when it grew. Haha. I checked its value, and it turned out to be even higher than the one next to it. Incredible, I had to lock it immediately. A fruit that looked big appeared, but when I checked, its value was lower, so I harvested it right away and found it weighed about 65 kilograms. That means the other two fruits from before must be quite a bit heavier. I still keep harvesting regularly the fruits that do not meet the standard. Oh haha. Look at the Tabby cat stuck on top of the tree when they are that huge. It is really hard to tell which fruit is which, since they overlap each other. That is why I need to lock them to avoid harvesting the wrong one. As of now, the maple resin is the first transcendent plant to be purchased by the player. I think it is time to stop and start working on adding mutations to the tree. With just one acidic mutation, the value of a maple resin fruit has already reached billions. So good. Now I am going to dedicate all my effort to adding the most valuable mutations to the maple resin tree. Each mutation increases its worth significantly, and the more rare the mutation, the more incredible the outcome will be. Of course, the rainbow variants are the highlight I cannot miss. Once the tree has at least 5 mutations, the butterfly's unique skill will be able to transform it into a rainbow variant. This transformation not only boosts the fruit's value to an extraordinary level, but also makes it stand out as one of the rarest and most beautiful forms in the entire game. I am curious about the weight of the maple resin fruits in my garden, so I will use the Kitsune skill to duplicate them. At the same time, I will sell them to earn more sheckles because of the 1T bug. Through the trade board, I found out that the 2 biggest fruits weigh about 119 kilograms and 106 kilograms. Very good, these fruits already have the potential to make me a quadrillionaire. Around 88 billion for the first fruit, which is considered one of the smaller ones. What about this huge fruit? I honestly can't tell if it's the biggest one or just the second biggest. 6.4 sheckles, woohoo, so good so good. Just over 100 kilograms. And with some mutations, the maple fruit has already reached the billions. I'm kind of confused which one's the biggest fruit, and now I just want to see how much the other one is really worth. $6.4 sheckles again, but where's the remaining fruit? 5.2 sheckles. This is probably the value of the remaining fruit. 8.7 trillion sheckles for my entire inventory. Not bad at all. Now I will continue adding mutations to increase the tree's value, making sure it receives as many mutations as possible. Right now, the tree already has quite a few mutations, so I will use the raptor to transfer some mutations from this carrot over to the maple resin. For the maple resin to reach its maximum possible size, I need to buy plenty of sprinklers and have them ready for the next planting. Looking at it now, the fruit has reached about 27 mutations. I cannot add more since I have not prepared a carrot with enough mutations in my garden. I think it is time to harvest. Of course, I will still duplicate the fruits so that I can sell them at the best possible price. It is time to sell them now. First, it is one of the largest fruits. 19 billion sheckles. Oh, what is wrong? According to the magnifying glass tool, my largest fruits are valued at around 25 to 30 million, but there has been some kind of error. The next fruit is priced a little higher at about 23 billion shekels. The total value of the remaining fruits is 31 billion shekels. Not bad, but the value of the duplicated fruit seems to have depreciated. I continue duplicating to see whether there is actually an error. It is still 19 billion shekels, so bad. That means I have made a loss. It is still not the value that I deserve to receive. It should have been 25 trillion and 30 trillion shekels, but it seems this is a game error. I really need the administrators to fix all the bugs in the game. Oh my goodness. Because maple resin is one of the candy-type fruits, I will use the giant ant to have a chance of duplicating the maple resin fruit when harvesting. That way, they can be sold for double the amount without losing money. I know that even if I can successfully duplicate the fruit during harvesting, I can still only sell the original fruit for 1 trillion. Oh my god, has the administrator fixed the ridiculous 1 trillion bug of the game? The harvested fruit is now sold for more than 1 trillion. Oh my god, that is wonderful. However, it still loses value compared to what the magnifying glass indicates. I will try to sell this small fruit first. Woohoo! It is really more than 1 trillion, so good. 2.2 trillion, the next small fruit. I am glad that the error has been fixed. 874 billion shekels is also not bad. Perhaps that is the smallest fruit. 1.4 trillion, well done, well done. More than 1 trillion. That is excellent. I hope that all the large fruits can be sold at a good price. 23 trillion. That is wonderful, woohoo! The administrator has officially fixed the 1 trillion bug of the game. The remaining fruit has also been sold for a good price. I am glad that the 1 trillion bug has disappeared, and I no longer need to duplicate the fruit. However, once the 1 trillion bug was fixed, a new error appeared, which is that the value was reduced quite a lot. I have to grow the fruit according to the requirements of Ascension in order to exchange for garden coins. It is time to do the event, and this non-player character requires a tropical plant. Coconut is a fruit that belongs to the tropical plant category and also produces many more fruits. I just need to use the skill of the frog combined with the mimic to quickly harvest. Let's go. Deliver the fruits that this non-player character requires until the progress bar is full, and you will restock the surrounding shops. The event will apply the fall mutation to 5 fruits in your garden, and you will receive a random reward. This event provides new seeds, new crates, new gear, and of course new pet eggs, all of which will be related to the fall event. I will unlock all the items in the shop by providing the fruits that this NPC requires. Players will not be able to restock with money. They can only restock each time they feed fruits. So lucky, I really need this egg. I think no item should be skipped, because restocking is only possible when feeding fruits, so I will buy everything to use when necessary. Oh no! Now it requires a prickly plant. The fruits that are not used should be sold to clear space in my inventory. I am honored to introduce to you the pet that I have just unlocked, a squirrel named Chipmunk. It is quite interesting. Similar to a squirrel that may not consume the reclaimer when used, the chipmunk will not consume the harvesting tool when used. I will buy the remaining items and then return to the garden to test its skill. I realize one chipmunk only gives about a 6% refund chance, and even with the mimic it is not enough for 100%, so I will sell it to see its sheckles value. 18,000 shekels. I spent 150 million and sold it for only 18,000. Haha. My inventory is full. I need to sell now. I will put all my effort into buying all the items of this event so that I can show them to you in the future. Since using this event is also easy, I will complete it as quickly as possible. I discovered a quite interesting pet, and I will try testing it to show you. Marmot burrows down in the ground and hides in a random mount. Finding the marmot will grant a fall-related reward. Because the cooldown time of the marmot skill is quite long, I will also use the peacock so that the marmot will be ready to perform its skill more quickly. And now I have to go find the burrow where it is hiding. So good. The reward received is very attractive. continue doing the event to see if there is anything else interesting. This pet seems quite ordinary. I had been looking forward to this pet, the space squirrel, which has the ability to give fruits the Voidtouch mutation. The sugar glider, its mythical pet, it has the ability to copy a mutation from one plant in the garden and apply it to another fruit. Woohoo, so awesome. This tool can summon rainy weather. Garden Ascension has changed a little. The plant now needs to have the required mutation, and the amount of money deducted will only be the requested amount, not all of the sheckles. In another garden slot, I have prepared a carrot with full mutations, and I will use it when necessary. Returning to the task of growing maple resin fruits, I will grow a larger fruit in this garden because I have already prepared the mutations on the carrot. I have to rearrange the place where the Tabby cat uses its skill in order to achieve the best effect. It is time to use more sprinklers so that the fruit can grow even larger. Boom! It has grown into quite a large fruit. I guess it will be bigger than the fruit grown from the previous harvest. Oh my god, by using the magnifying glass I found out that its value reaches about 2.4 billion even without any mutations. Very well. It is time to add mutations to it. I have successfully added the rainbow variants, and now I will place the fall event crates here. I do not have enough patience to wait, so I will use this Parasaurolophus, which has the ability to go to the cosmetic crate with the longest time and reduce its opening time. It is time to claim the items in the crate. I duplicated the fruit to check its weight, and oh my goodness, at only 229 kilograms, its value has already become very high. I will try selling it to see whether it reaches the expected price. 1.6 trillion. So good, so good. Although it has decreased a little compared to what the magnifying glass shows, it is still not a big problem. The remaining fruits have our small maple resin fruits and some others, with a total of 29 billion sheckles. Not bad. I clicked on the garden to teleport back, but the maple resin fruit threw me out of the game's garden. Haha. This might be a game bug, but it is also very interesting. Continuing the work of adding the remaining mutations to the maple resin fruit, since I had already prepared a carrot with full mutations, I will now use the T-Rex to transfer the mutations easily and save time. I will let you see how all the mutations are transferred to the maple resin fruit. The fruit has now gained quite a lot of mutations. I will continue to put my trust in these ants, hoping that they will duplicate the fruit when I harvest it. The fruit is now worth nearly 400 trillion. If I get to at harvest, I will become a Quadrillionaire. But no way, the ant Ida cannot duplicate it. It's so sad, so sad. I will have to sell this fruit and grow another one to become a Quadrillionaire. Not to mention, When selling this fruit, the stupid pricing bug may cause a loss. Oh my god, I have been hurt too much by this game. See 209 trillion, it has lost nearly half of its value, which is truly sad. So I will have to continue the video by growing an even larger fruit with an extremely huge value in order to become a quadrillionaire. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have made up my mind. I will continue growing maple resin fruits. Idiot game. Stupid game. Full of ridiculous bugs. I have surplus carrots that have lost quite a lot of mutations due to the T-Rex and some small maple resin fruits. I will clear them all out to continue the journey of growing trees. Once again, I will use the Tabby cat and sprinklers, hoping that the next fruits will grow larger. Because the base weight of the maple resin fruit is only about 1 kilogram, the effort to increase its size up to 1,000 kilograms is extremely difficult and almost impossible. No matter how many tools, pets, or mutations I apply, reaching that level of growth seems beyond my current ability in the game. Therefore, my more realistic goal is to focus on gradually raising its size to around 100 or 200 kilograms. Even though this might sound small compared to the dream of 1,000 kilograms, achieving this much growth is already considered very good and quite an accomplishment within my capacity. So bad. This fruit has a much lower value compared to the previous maple resin, but I will use it anyway because my goal is to become a quadrillionaire, so I will make the most of it. This fruit is also not good enough, but fine. I will still make use of it. Continue adding mutations to them. These two fruits together might nearly equal the 229 kilogram one, but they will definitely lose some value. I am determined not to use the kitsune to duplicate them, because if the 1 trillion bug is fixed, it will cause another problem with the administrators. I will still put my trust in the luck from the ants, so bad, but no problem, let's sell them. $134 trillion, not better but not bad. 58 trillion, I have learned to accept the bug and well done. I will continue planting trees, even though unfortunately I do not have a grandmother sprinkler to boost their size further. If I had that tool, the fruits could grow to a much greater weight and value, making it easier for me to reach my goal. For now, I will just have to rely on the equipment I already own and make the best use of it. I have the feeling that the giant maple resin fruit I managed to grow is gradually becoming smaller and smaller. So bad. I will grow as many large fruits as possible, using quantity to make up for quality. Aha! This fruit seems a little better. Lock them with the favorite tool to make adding mutations easier. Before adding mutations, I will trade with Garden Ascension, so that if I need to plant any additional trees, I will do it beforehand, making the process of adding mutations easier. I plant a pumpkin here and add the Windstruck mutation, using the pterodactyl. The maple resin fruit will also receive the Windstruck mutation, so I will use the mutation sprays right away to add a total of 5 mutations, and then transform the maple resin fruit into rainbow variants. This pumpkin has already received the tempestuous mutation, so it cannot receive the windstruck mutation anymore. I will have to plant it again. Well done, everything is completed. And now I will use the T-Rex to transfer the mutations from the carrot to those valuable maple resin fruits. I still believe in the luck from these ants. Let's sell them. 137 trillion, so good, so good. What about remaining fruit? $100 for trillion. Not bad. It has already surpassed 100 trillion shekels. Let us see how much the remaining fruits in my garden are worth. $17 trillion, not bad at all. I need to wait for the next ascension time before I can continue trading. My current amount of money is already very close to reaching the Quadrillionaire milestone, so what I truly need now is just to grow one more fruit that gives enough value to push me past that goal. It does not necessarily have to be the largest or most powerful fruit I have ever grown, but I still want to aim for the best possible result. That is why I will carefully prepare everything, from mutations to tools, to make sure this fruit grows well. At the same time, there is always the exciting chance that I might end up with another record-breaking maple resin, perhaps even bigger than my 229 kilogram one. Just thinking about that possibility makes me motivated to keep going. I give up. Growing a larger fruit is impossible. I think this fruit already seems enough to make me a quadrillionaire. It is time to sell and see whether this batch of maple resin can help me achieve my goal. $48 trillion shekels, so bad. At this rate, it will be difficult to reach 1 quadrillion. I hope the remaining amount will be just enough. $10 trillion, oh no, not good enough. 10 trillion again, please let there be a fruit with a higher value. 12 trillion, it is higher but not significant. Only 5 trillion, oh my god, so bad, so bad. 9 trillion, perhaps the rest are all small fruits. 7 trillion, come on, just a little more. I will try selling all the fruits in my inventory to see whether it is feasible. 5 billion shekels, oh my goodness, I need to grow maple resin fruits once again. I still have 1 maple resin fruit, but it is worth only a little over 1 trillion, which is not enough to complete the goal. Woohoo! Finally, there is a good fruit. It even seems larger than the previous ones. I think just adding mutations to it will be enough to become a Quadrillionaire. I duplicated it and found out that the last maple resin fruit I grew weighs 186 kilograms. Very well. I checked its value, and it only reached 1.3 trillion, which is not enough to become a Quadrillionaire, so I did not sell it. Now it seems ready, with all the mutations added to it. This time, I can confidently become a Quadrillionaire. 117 trillion, woohoo, the mission is completed. So good, so good. I will clear out the remaining maple resin and sell them. They are all maple resin fruits that I have just grown. Let us try to see if this fruit with the cosmic mutation will be valuable. 100 billion shekels, so good, so good. 68 trillion haha, that can already be considered very good. Now I can receive garden coins. Immediately exchanging them for a game feature. I think expanding the pet inventory is not bad. Let's plant the next required tree. I completed the challenge from 20 shekels to Quadrillionaire with 1 maple resin seed. My largest fruit was 229 kilograms, and the transcendent one gave great value, though its weight could not grow further. See you in the next video.
Girls with their nails done now.